The Baby Vanishes is a brilliant Rugrats episode. This is the first segment of the sixth episode of the third season, and something I've mentioned before is that while I love the nostalgia of Rugrats, something else I'm getting out of rewatching this as an adult is being able to observe it from a child psychology perspective and an early years education perspective. And this is exactly what we get from the grown-ups in this episode, and I absolutely adored it. It starts off with Angelica playing with her mother's makeup, and I have to say the way it's animated, I love. She looks horrendous, but it looks brilliant. And Drew, fortunately not Charlotte, catches her. And Drew, being the soft touch that he is, doesn't punish Angelica, but tells her that she shouldn't play with her mother's brilliantly named oil of oleo. And I think he said it's like $90 a tub or something. And he calls it vanishing cream, which of course it is. But Angelica takes it literally, and tells the babies that it's going to actually make them invisible. And she uses this to her advantage to put the cream on the babies. Now, the cream is actually blue, which is a little unrealistic. But I guess had it been, either cream or even, translucent, it wouldn't have worked as well visually. So I get why that decision was made. And she puts a bit of the cream on the babies and convinces them that it's made them invisible so that they'll go and sneak some chocolate pie for her, because she tells them the grown-ups won't see you, you go and get the pie. And they do this, and it works. So Angelica thinks maybe it does work, and she puts the cream all over herself, and Angelica is just blue, solid blue, which visually is really interesting, particularly as a lot of the colours in the kitchen are blue. There are blue floor tiles, there are blue accents on a lot of the kitchen cupboards. It's not the exact same shade of blue, but every now and then she does kind of almost blend in with parts of the floor. And she realises that actually she's invisible to the grown-ups, or so she thinks, but I'll talk more about that in a moment. And she takes great advantage of the situation and winds the grown-ups up, or tries to, and does naughty things and says naughty things, and they presumably, or to her mind, can neither see nor hear her. And I think it's brilliant. The squelchy noises she makes when she moves is a little bit gross, because obviously she's head to toe covered in what I can only assume is the entire pot of cream. But it is very, very effective and very well done. So the grown-ups are actually at the table doing a quiz about how spoilt is your child. And obviously Didi puts down one answer. She worries she spoilt Tommy. Chaz says it's fine if you've put up to 10, that's normal. Drew is obviously ticking off a lot more than that with Angelica. But one of the solutions to this is to not give children attention for negative behaviour, which is actually a common practice in early years, and I think it makes a lot of sense by not giving children attention, because often children do naughty things for attention. By showing them they won't get that attention that way, in some cases it can help to win them away from that negative behaviour. And this is what they're trying with Angelica, and that's very cleverly how Angelica thinks they can neither see nor hear her, which I thought was a very, very clever way of doing things. And obviously, as I said, from me analysing this from an earlier psychology perspective, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really great, really entertaining, and especially with Didi. What Didi does with the cookies, I thought was fabulous and really effective. And I thought, this is going in a really good direction, and I really like it. However, I will say I hated Drew at the end. And on the one hand, I understand you can't just change your ways as a parent in a split second because of what a quiz result tells you, but I really did hate what he did, and it kind of just ruined everything that Didi had done, really. But as I said, it's understandable, it's believable, it's realistic, but it's still annoying. But yeah, Didi was brilliant. She had a really great approach to this, and I think things worked very well. It was also very funny when Angelica, thinking nobody could hear her, started to confess terrible things she'd done to her father. So it was very well written, very, very well animated, really effective. Tommy and Chuckie were adorable in it, but Angelica definitely stole the show. I really enjoyed it. Do I remember it from my childhood? I don't think so. A tiny part of me thinks I might, but certainly watching it, I didn't know what was going to happen next. So I kind of enjoyed watching it, presumably for the first time as an adult, and had a lot of fun with it. Well written, very thought-provoking. Didi was great, Angelica was great. definitely one that I can imagine I'd watch again. Really thoroughly enjoyed the whole Oil of Olio concept and the baby vanishes.